JV77 back at y'all with a reaction video. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. Any videos y'all want me to react to, hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at JV77. Now a lot of people been telling me that I should do more wrestling type videos, so I decided to check out the What Culture video. So this right here from What Culture Wrestling, WWE's top 10 worst wrestlers of 2017. Man, I know they're gonna be throwing hella shade and calling out a lot of people. You know, I can kind of think of one person who definitely is gonna be on this list by the thumbnail, but that was obvious. So without further ado, let's check this out.
Alright, let's get some housework out the way first. When it comes to the idea of a worst wrestler, I struggle. This is mostly as someone who is training to be a pro wrestler, I know how hard it is. And I also have an inkling that those who do make it to the WWE have something. Honestly, even a headlock takeover is hard to do and make it look all smooth and lovely. With that said, I know there are legions of fans out there who voice their disapproval towards some performers, so that's what we're going to turn our attentions to today. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is indeed the 10 worst WWE wrestlers of 2017. Number 10, Dana Brooke. To be fair to Dana Brooke, she was called up far too early from NXT and has never really been allowed to get momentum on the main roster. Her stop-start pushes have meant she comes and goes from TV constantly. Even if WWE gave her more time to work on her character, that would help. You don't have to just be amazing in the ring to be a good pro wrestler. Brooke has only won 3 TV matches in 2017, and 2 of those came on main event. So a good idea in 2018.
I forgot all about main event.
Her to shine a bit more. She did have untapped potential at one point. That doesn't go away. It just needs to be realised, even if that does mean a quick return to the Performance Centre at some stage. But in terms of this year, it hasn't been the best for Dana. Knows one hell of a lot about fitness though, so you should go and follow her for that.
Yes, sir.
Number 9, Titus O'Neil. Mostly here because he's just been jobbed out constantly throughout.
True, man, true.
Ever since that incident with Vince McMahon, things haven't gone well for Titus. He's mostly there to take a pinfall as and when is needed, hence why his win-loss record for the last 12 months is 5 victories. 2 of those victories came on Raw. The real sadness here is Titus has been with the company 8 years, and seemingly they've run out of things to do with him, or just see him staying in his current role until everything comes to an end. The Titus brand stuff is fun on the one hand, but WWE never does anything.
Exactly.
Just be
man, Titus Worldwide is cool, man, but they just don't do shit with him and Apollo.
That doesn't seem to be on the cards either. So 2017 was just a bit of a dud all round for Titus. We'll see what 2018 has in store. Number 8, Big Cass. Big Cass kind of got screwed in 2017. He was just about to be given the rope he needed to improve as a performer, and then a horrific ACL injury ended his year just like that. The silver lining was it did take him away from the Enzo feud, falling a little flat, but no one wishes injury on anyone else. It's horrible. It didn't help he had a match with Big Show, which wasn't great either, but it's important he makes an impact when he is back.
Yeah, you gotta get on it.
Necessary. Ultimately, this year only existed to allow him to get out of the tag team division, but that won't mean anything unless he can capitalise on it. We shall wait and see. Number 7, Dolph Ziggler. Another guy that's just been booked into oblivion.
Yeah, like I say, it isn't just that you bad in the ring, it's more about booking and just the type of year you had. Because his show been disappearing.
Or been allowed to either. It does feel on occasion like Ziggler may have given up a little bit, and you can't blame him for that on some level. He gets bizarre story after bizarre story, then loses, and he does it again. For a man that clearly believes he should be in the main event, well, that can't be much fun. He had nothing feuds with Kalisto and Apollo Crews, wasn't given any time to do anything with Nakamura, and then had that new gimmick where he impersonated people, but they didn't go anywhere. The latter part of these 12 months has seen him thrown into the program between Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode for the US title, but you can see why a lot of people assume this is just so he can take the fall. That's no good either. Ziggler needs a complete reset in 2018, and worry he may not get it. Number 6, Tamina. Tamina's run of matches in 2017 just haven't been that much to write home about. Imagine that letter too. Dear Mum, saw Tamina wrestle today. That's all I got. Love you, Simon. Clashes with Nia Jax at Survivor Series and a Women's Champion bout against Charlotte on SmackDown did fall a little flat, and her association with Lana never really evolved into anything. Silent Bodyguard is probably Tamina's most suited role, and that's not one where you can really shine either. What WWE does with her from this point is anyone's guess. It doesn't look like she'll be setting the world alight.
Sad. I think injuries have hurt her too. Right. She always
had
get
the
hurt
best
a lot.
matches since he returned, not really. But I have enjoyed seeing him and Braun Strowman smash together as just 2 big dudes brawling. That's always good. The problem comes in the fact of who he is. Kane has been doing this a long time and has simply got to the point where he's limited in what he can do. It's just life, man. You can't fight life. Well, Vince McMahon would probably want to book such a match, but that's not the point. Kane is easily one of the best big men ever. We're simply living in an era where he's only ever going to be able to be half the performer he once was. wrestlers. Number 4, Lana. WWE just
I
doesn't
expect her to
seem
be high
realize
on the
to use Lana
list.
properly at all. At one point, one of the most popular wrestlers on the roster, as crowds shouted her name week in and week out, her current role is just another female as part of the women's division. How that is any better than an awesome pairing with Rusev, I do not know. Instead, WWE threw her in the deep end with an out-of-nowhere title match at Money in the Bank against Naomi, which was then followed up by a 10-second loss in July. Doesn't really sound like the best strategy to me. The problem, it seems, is that WWE knew where she was lacking and just needed more time to improve. We didn't want to see that through. So Tamina became her bodyguard, and now that doesn't really do much of anything, as we just said. It really is crazy because she's so good in her role. But hey, what do I know? Number 3, Jinder Mahal. Jinder's biggest problem in 2017 was that he was put into a spot he wasn't ready for and then criticised because of that. I've no doubt if he had been built as one would have assumed he would have been, that by now, when a move into the main event scene would have made sense, he'd be a far more polished performer. But instead he had to learn on the job. When that happens, a lot of fans have given their opinion.
But he hasn't been that bad though.
He certainly came into
I can understand now him coming out of nowhere and winning the championship, that's fine, but him in it hasn't been that bad though.
Was able to pull one out of him in November 2017 when Mahal eventually lost the title, but by that stage the damage had been done. It's a real shame because there is an upside to Jinder, just wasn't given a chance to explore that and got thrown in the deep end. Number 2, Randy Orton. Randy Orton is an excellent professional wrestler. Smooth, slick and safe between the ropes. He carries himself like a megastar and he's got one of the most pop-worthy finishes in the company. When it comes to 2017 though, Orton's had a tough time. The main reason for this was the fallout in his Bray Wyatt feud, where he had to have some weird WrestleMania match and that House of Horrors debacle, which still makes no sense. And he burned down a house. What was that? It got worse for the Viper, because then he was tasked with trying to make the Mahal experiment work, which included a Punjabi prison match. We all know how that went. Following this, he kind of just floated throughout the rest of the year with no significant feud to speak of. As of these words coming out of my mouth, we don't know what will happen with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, leaving 2017 as a year that is best to push on from.
It's time for Randy to go back down.
Number 1, Bray Wyatt. Another man with all the talent in the world who was swallowed up by 2017.
This is strictly booking. This is booking. This is not on Bray. This is booking. Because they booked this dude to lose every feud, and that's bullshit.
Bray also had
and I hate it. I hate it when they put him on Raw. Man, I hated that because he got lost in the shuffle real quick. He should have stayed on SmackDown, and he never should have lost the title to Randy in the first place.
Because Wyatt was such a deliverer of words, they could give him whatever script they wanted, and it would work. This was a mistake. Instead, he just started to sound like he had absolutely nothing to add to anything, and then he lost in the ring time and time again. Whatever supernatural powers he was supposed to have didn't help him at all. We need something huge in 2018 for Wyatt, like a program that makes him feel like a massive threat. Alas, I can't see it happening. What a shame that really is.
That's the thing, man, because man, they let Bray down. It's to the fact that it was almost like Zack Ryder, where Zack Ryder was huge, he was popular, he was winning, then all of a sudden they just pulled the carpet from up under him, and to the point where he lost so much we didn't care. And I think that's where a lot of people are with Bray right now. Man, like they say, some of y'all that looking at my old videos, like, you know how much I hated when he got moved to Raw. Well, I hated that he lost the title to Randy, and I hated that he got moved to Raw. Raw is too stacked, and like, where's Bray been? You know, it's too many heavy hitters, and like I say, he consistently lost to Finn. He's just the person there now. So if they do another shake-up, put Bray back on SmackDown where he belongs. But this was a cool little list, though. Like I said, it isn't actually that they bad wrestlers. It's just booking, injuries, just how their year went. You know, there's a lot of stuff like just booking, man. The way they do Ziggler, the way they do Titus and Apollo. You know, then it's injuries. You know, with Tamina, Lana's just not good. Yeah, man, that's just what it is. So let me know what y'all think about this video. So subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. JFizz77. Y'all be safe out here. Catch y'all on the rebound, and I'll see y'all good people next video. Peace.